see that my brother Mark is getting married next weekend, and we are going to his wedding, of course, and he's so thrilled about that fact. So he bought us first class tickets, and we are starting for New York the day after tomorrow. We are supposed to pick up my parents from Brooklyn because they are staying at my aunt's house at the moment, and my father will for sure make fun of me on the during the flight, because he knows I fear such flights over the sea, but this time it is first class, so I'll take advantage of their free alcohol policy, and everything will be okay, I think. I and Mark, we are going to his friend's place, for he has arranged a party, bachelor party for Mark, and everybody speaks French, so I don't understand a word. Mark has asked them to switch to English, but I think they wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter after a few drinks. But now it is time for me to start Mark's love story, to tell you about it. Mark and his girlfriend Vanessa met each other in a pub where people usually watch soccer games. So he fell in love with her at first sight, but he was very afraid to hit on her. He was shy, and she is a girl. She's a vivid personality, and she inspires everyone around her. She is very nice, and she is very kind and pretty, and gentle person, and she has a great sense of humor, of course. So he gets stuck. He is head over heels in love with her, and he had a crush on her. Then he asked her for a date, but she turned him down because she was in a relationship at that moment with someone else, and Mark was devastated, but he decided to make friends with her, to become friends, at least, and they went jogging, they went hiking, grocery shopping, dog walking, and so on, and they rewatch Star Wars together, and he started seeing her in different ways, and he was falling in love with her stronger and stronger. Maybe his love was much harder, and he was afraid that he has he stuck stuck in a friend zone, um, and his love for her would always be unrequited. But things changed. One day uh, she called him and said that she's very upset because her relationship with that boy, um, who named Mickey, didn't work out, and they split it up uh, because she realized he was a very lousy boyfriend, and this was only fun affair uh, with no strings attached, and um, she saw him cheating on her with his co-worker, and it turned out later that this co-worker was in fact his wife, so he cheated both on his wife and a girlfriend. And after that case, after they broke up, uh, Mark had courage uh, and asked Vanessa for a date. And that time she asked yes. But this relationship was very difficult. First time they maintained difficulties because Vanessa had to go to France to get a degree, master's degree. So Mark was in New York and she was in France, and they chatted on Skype every day, and Mark visited her once a month, and he missed her really. He really crazy. He missed her very much. And as soon as she came back, he asked her to move in with him, and also they get on well very. They were getting on very well. There became difficulties. They got into a lot of fights after they start living together, because it is not easy to get used to someone's to each other routines and preferences, and every difficulty was around the household chores, because they always argued whose turn is to clean up, to wash the dishes, to do laundry, and to cook dinner, things like that. But they managed to, and they learned to avoid these misunderstandings. They learned to deal with these little misunderstandings in the end, and now as he was ready to ask her to marry him. It happened. It happened so. He decided to propose to Vanessa when one day he passed past a toy store, and he saw very amazing and cool toys like trucks and trains and stations, and he decided to buy them immediately for him. But he saw at that time he saw a woman with a boy, and his eyes were very wide of excitement. And then he realized that he wanted his own boy, his own son, and he wanted to buy to him these toys. And he understands that it's time to grow up and to become a grown-up person and to start his own family. So instead of buying these toys, he head to the jewelry and bought the most beautiful ring for Vanessa, and he bought places to in her favorite restaurant, and uh, when they were sitting there and ordering drinks, he got down on his knee and asked her to marry him, and she answered yes, and the people around them bursted into applause, and it was very classic way to ask a lady to marry him, and very classic and romantic, of course. And the only thing that maybe worries him and upsets him is that Vanessa uh, isn't ready to have a baby yet. Because she says it is great, it is awesome to have a baby, but I must be preparing for my master degree, to get my master's degree, and she is afraid of being pregnant because she afraid of every day, every morning 6, that she will be sick every morning, and um, but Mark is determined to support her all the way.